So this is drawing force diagrams number 4. And what we're looking for here is that we're drawing an interaction diagram, we're drawing some force diagrams, and we're also making sure to circle all our Newton's third law pairs. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We have two men who each weigh 650 newtons, each pushing with 200 newtons, moving a stalled 800 Newton car at a constant speed. Okay, so the men are pushing the car in this direction, okay? And so then the car is pushing back on the men in the other direction, okay? We also have the men pushing on the ground, so their feet, right? You can see right here especially that their feet are pushing in this direction. And then the ground is pushing back so that they are not slipping and falling in the other direction. All right, so let me get back to that. We have man number 1, or we'll just call him man 1. And then we also have man 2. Okay, and then we have the car. And they're all on the ground. And we also have Earth. All right, so man 1 is pushing the car. Or sorry, man 2. And then we also have man 1 pushing the car. And the car is pushing back. And the car is standing on top of the ground. So that's Newton, a normal force. We have also man 1 on the ground with a normal force. We have man 2 in the ground with a normal force. Okay. Now, there is a certain level of friction, right? So as we talked about before, the feet from the men are moving away from the direction that they're pushing. And then the friction that they're experiencing is going the opposite way. So we have a friction happening with man 1. We have friction happening with man 2. And we have friction happening with a car. And then, of course, we have everything interacting with the Earth. Okay, so we have everything interacting with the Earth. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at man 1. And we see that he has 1, 2, 3, 4 interactions, okay? So we'll go ahead and draw those interactions. So we have man. And of course, he's interacting with the force of gravity. And the man is feeling something from the Earth. And the men, who weighs 650 Newton, is going to feel that force from the Earth. Okay. And now the ground is pushing up on the man. Right, so we have a normal force on the man from the ground, also happening at 650 newtons. All right, now this constant speed right here tells us that our forces are balanced. So that means all of our arrows are going to, so our up and down is going to be equal to each other, and our side to side is going to be equal to each other. So let me just draw this so that it looks more equal to the bottom arrow, okay? All right, so now we have a normal force. So we have the man pushing on the car to the right, and the car is pushing on the man to the left. So we're going to draw our man pushing the car, or the car pushing on the man. So we have the car pushing on the man at 200 newtons. And that means that the force of friction is going to be the other direction on the man from the ground, also at 200 newtons. All right, and so then that's our interaction for the man. And now for the car. And so the car interacts with the earth at 800 newtons. So this will get a force of gravity on the car from the earth at 800 newtons. And there will be a normal force on the car from the ground, also at 800 newtons. And we see that the man is pushing the car to the right. So this is the normal force on the car from the man at 200 newtons. And the force of friction happening in the other direction, also at 200 newtons. And now we will have our Newton's third law pair. So this is these two. So we see that they have the same force type. They have car and man. This one's man and car. They're in opposite directions. So this one's going to the right and this one's going to the left. And they both occur at 200 newtons. And so this right here would be our Newton's third law pair. Right? And so that's problem number 4.